Welcome back to HammerDown 360. This is our second show. We have two great drivers coming on with us, one being the Catdaddy Clint Smith himself, and also Magic Matt Dooley out of Brooks, Georgia. We're shooting live here in the location at the Catdaddy shop right here in Senoia, Georgia. But we're going to really take the time to try to get to know one of the best drivers known in Georgia, a great fixture here in the Senoia, Georgia area, four-time Southern All-Stars champ, countless wins under his record, including World of Outlaw, Half of Tampa wins, and the list goes on. So how are you today, Catdaddy?
Doing great. Just busy trying to get everybody ready for opening day at Senoia Speedway. It's been a busy week and been a busy off season. We're trying to get a lot of cars done, and it's been a successful off season for us, and we're just trying to get everybody ready.
Well, certainly, man. No, last year was a little different speed for you. You decided to come off the road from traveling with the World of Outlaws after many years from the Dirty Dozen days all the way up to this point, and you decided to do a little more of a home base deal this time. So what brought on that change from the long drives on the road there?
We've been doing, we've been racing on the road for 20 years probably, and been with the Half of Tampa and the Southern All-Stars and you know, some of the Lucas stuff and Extreme stuff back in the day, and then the World Outlaw started in 2005, and we started with that deal and run it for 10 straight years. So on the road a lot, and you know, just financial stuff just gets in the way a lot because it takes so much nowadays. The last 3 or 4 years has been a big struggle for us to keep up with the mega teams with the smaller operation what we have. So we decided this year that since Senoia went back to running super late models, to support them for a season and help get the super late models back into Senoia Speedway, as long as the crates and the limiteds and the big cadets that we work on here. It's been a great off season from that. So if we knew we was going to be this busy, we'd have probably took off the road 3 or 4 years ago. So it's been a great off season for us. We've been, I think we've fixed about 20 race cars since we quit racing last year. So most of them going to debut this week, and some of them already have debuted. So my buddy Austin Horton right here in the background, brand new car broke out last week at Southern All-Star Show at Cochran. Got in a little first lap incident and got the left side of the deck and broke a few items. So Mr. Wood wanted it back brand new to start the season at Senoia. So it's been here all week along with Chris Carr's car. Got tore up practicing at Senoia. So both of their cars got them back race ready, back brand new, and like it ain't been raced yet. So background, we got Ryan Crane's car. He's going to break out this Saturday night also at Senoia running limited from the crate class and going to run crate. So buddy Bubba Pollard's going to break out after his big $40,000 win last week out in California. He's going to break back out this week at Senoia and run the crate. And I told him if he won 3 in a row, it'd have to be one of them on dirt. So he's excited about that. It's been a big joke all week. So
definitely. We know you've definitely been mentoring a lot over the past year and also going into this year with a lot of the upcoming drivers as well. Who are some of those drivers that you help mentor and to carry on that legacy that you done built?
Well, we definitely work close with Matt Dooley, which is fixing to be on with us right here, and Austin Horton. We help him out. I've been helping Bubba transition a little bit over the dirt, and I drove his asphalt car a little bit, but we got Horton and Trey Wood, both of them's coming into the program here and wanting to kind of know what I'm talking about. And the Lombardi kid over there last week, I was up there helping him pick a line, even though his car ain't out of here. I'll help any kid or anybody. They ain't got to be 50 years old if they want to be. If they need some help, I'll help them. So some people take me the wrong way just because I'm straight honest and straightforward. But if you want to know the truth and don't want to cut any corners, then come to me. I'll tell you like it is. So bad or good. But I love helping the kids, especially, you know, if they listen. Some of them don't listen, gets me aggravated, but as long as they do what I say, you know, I like helping all of them. So it's been a good time doing that. Oh,
certainly. With that in mind, I know you definitely are a straightforward person, and it can come off brash, but it's also been very helpful and instrumental. I know outside the racing deal, you also host your own radio show, 925 The Bear, right here in Senoia, and definitely you get to put a lot of your input on a lot of the racing deals and everything that's going on. Tell us a little about some of that, what you do with them.
Yeah, we got a big new show with me and Chris Carr and Uncle Rich, is going to start Monday nights. It's going to be from 9 to 11 o'clock. It's going to be a 2-hour program every Monday night. You better watch it online and see some of the guests we got in the station. We'll do a little short segment and maybe show a 9-minute segment of a certain driver. But it's going to be new, and it's going to be a totally short track racing, whether it be asphalt, keeping up with what the Bubba Pollard's doing in our area, or, you know, we carry all of them, Donnie Wilson, Preston Pelletier, all them guys that went out to California, so check on all of them. Then we're going to cover all the dirt racing in the area, like Senoia, Dixie, Rome, Whitesburg, even Cochran, Phoenix City. Well, Chris Carr keeps up with that really good. Follow his deal at the Southern Race Report, I think. Southern Short Track Report, that's it. Follow him on Facebook and stuff. He's going to have some segments off the show on it. And it's going to be just short track racing, dirt and asphalt. And we may mention the asphalt deal on the big tracks, you know what I'm talking about. But mainly it's going to be straight short track, have guests in, and from mini stockers up to supers, and just anything that happened interested that week, whether it's a big win or a controversy or something, we'll probably have them on the show. So it's going to be a good new show.
Sounds great, man. That's awesome. We're definitely seeing that you're starting to branch out more into the promoting side of the racing business as well, through your shows as well as new ventures on that. Are we going to see kind of like a Ray Cook version of Clint Smith coming in the next couple of years or so?
I don't know if I get into any kind of racetrack promoting business. Ray's kind of doing that, and I support his program 100%, and I race with him a good bit. So that'll probably be my venture out, is to go run some Ray Cook racing and Southern All-Star races. Maybe catch a World Outlaw show, even though I didn't run one in 2015. But I see us going maybe to a couple shows this year and a couple of Lucas shows for sure. Going to maybe go to Boyd's in Phoenix City, just to name two of them right here close. And then the Ray Cook series coming into Senoia and the Southern All-Stars, we'll definitely be at all of them shows. So tuned up and everything, and just see if we can run some off shows, but mainly going to concentrate on our customers and doing body work and putting out some of the best looking stuff. I ain't gonna say it's the best, but it's the best we do. So we try to treat every car like it's my own, and if it's on my car, it's on the customer car. We don't cut no corners on anybody's stuff. So
most certainly, man. Well, with all that said, we're going to kind of go back a little bit in history with you. What are some of those fantastic memories that you have, if it's from winning or just working on the car with your dad, Mr. Roscoe Smith, growing up? What are some of those big things that you enjoyed back in your long racing career?
Of course, it's hard to replace your time with your dad. You know, I guess if a father's got a dream, it's for your kids something to do. You follow in your footsteps, where Daddy I followed straight in them, so I stepped every step. So me and him working together, and then he eventually turned over the car building to me, and he just done more of the selling and stuff like that. So, and he still comes to Senoia every week and watches us race, sits on the fence. It's like a line of people waiting in line to talk to him. It seems like he charged admission. It's great to talk to him. Leon Sales, another big veterans over there. Stan Match has been there. Ricky Williams is one that's still racing. So it's pretty cool to go up and talk to Ricky if you can get him to open up. So all the veterans is great over the years, and now I'm kind of turned into one. I said Mike Head in a picture with us, and Stan and Slick and Roscoe and all in a picture that was on our Facebook page at one time. So that was a pretty cool day to have all them guys there. They were signing autographs. Wasn't a good day for me that particular day, but we tore down Senoia's monster sign, kind of upset them. But the great races, still my most favorite win is the first $10,000 win we won. That was like put you in at that time. Before $10,000 races was every week. That was in 1993, Southampton, Virginia. My crew chief was 14 years old, and my co-crew chief was 12, Jeremy Wilson and Jonathan Wilson. So it's pretty cool to have two kids with me. We went up there and won that race, paid $10,725, and we thought we were scared everybody was going to get us on the way home. So it was finally got that done. That's by far my most favorite win. The first World Outlaw win was the first televised World Outlaw show. It was pretty cool. That was up in Virginia also, so seeing Virginia was good to me. But we led that race and got that win. That was the Dixie Chopper race. So that was a good win. But all wins are great, and they all feel the same, whether it's a consi, heat race, or a feature. When you cross that finish line, that's a win. I beat my wife at a go-kart race in Panama City, goofing off when she messed up, and that feels good too. So that's the biggest part of racing is every win's a win, and they all feel great. And if you run second or third or fourth, they say second's your first loser. Well, it's not if you got a fifth place car and you get it to second. Then that feels almost as good as winning because you took a fifth place car and run fourth with it or whatever. That's all good feelings, you know. Or if you got a car that's crippled and you come home with a top 5, that feels great too because you drove something that was hard to drive. So stuff like that I try to tell the young drivers, don't drive over your head, but you take what's there to get. If you got a fourth place car and you can run second with it, then you've done a great job. And if your crew and all the fans can see that, that's great. And also you got some drivers that run fifth with very little product, you know, that's done a great job driving that also fans don't understand, well, how come he didn't jump up there and outrun the big studger this week is Scott Blomqvist around here, like, you know, they know other drivers at the racetrack. But still, why come you can't outrun Scott Blomqvist? Well, he's got $200,000 more in their program. Like you talk about Alabama football, they spend $51 million a year on their team. Georgia Bulldogs spend about $22 million a year. So Alabama's going to get the best stuff. So it's like that in everything you can think about. Right now, my favorite candidate, I tell everybody, is Donald Trump. Well, he's got the most money usually wins. So it's like that in most everything. Whoever's got the most usually wins. Talent usually comes along second. Bubba Pollard's a great example. If talent got you to NASCAR and won, he would have been there 10 years ago. But it takes money to buy your way into that type of sport. And that's one reason I like dirt racing so much, because money don't buy you but so much in the dirt racing world. You got to do the rest driving. So just everybody just do the best you can do and work with what you got. And always remember when you're running a local race, if you're running 10th and you're trying to get to 9th, don't overdrive and kill that man running 9th and tear your stuff up, because remember, that's about a $25 difference in spots. You don't want to tear up a $400 worth of stuff and got to race the next weekend. So local racing is a little bit different than on the road racing. On the road racing, you got points involved and you got a $500 difference. And at the end of the year, you got a $5,000 difference in the spot in points. Well, you may have to go ahead and take that chance, but not local racing. Just kind of sometimes you ain't gonna say everybody's got to bow down, but sometimes you got to let that slip just to save your equipment, because you're coming back next week. You just don't want to cost your team a lot of work and money when it's not needed. So that's the biggest advice I've got to the younger drivers.
Definitely. You definitely hit a lot of nails straight across the head, definitely coming from over 30 plus years of racing now. And you've definitely been through the ringer from that of a young driver being aggressive, being on top of the wheel all the time, and trying to get that extra spot to knowing when to kind of sit back, save your tires, like the National 100 last year. You marched from the back of the field from a very rubbed up surface, and it was locked down, and to charge up the second, battling for the lead before, unfortunately, that caution kind of caught you. But definitely with stuff like that, you've definitely gone a lot with it.
Again, that's a money thing. I was using a used fuel pump instead of buying a new one when we got our motor freshened. And about 15 to go, it went away a little bit, but it wouldn't hurt me as long as it was green. But on restarts, it wouldn't go. So it would cost me every restart there at the end of the race. So I thought I'd done everything to win that race, and we've done everything to win that race for several years and never have won that particular race. And I guess that's my one race that we ask people on the radio show, which the one that gets away from you. That's the one that's got away from me 4 good times that we've had to lead or taken the lead and didn't get it done. So that's a race that I would like to get done that's feasible in our racing. I can say World 100, a dream, but that's kind of out of our financial goal. But the National 100 is something we set up for, and we take our best stuff to that race every year to try to get it done. And we usually are pretty competitive at that race. So I like that particular racetrack too. Billy does a great job with it also.
But definitely, we're in the winding moments of the time here. What are the expectations? What can we expect from Clint Smith for 2016?
2016, of course, we got so many customers now that depend on us every week. We got Mason Massey and Matt Wilson, Horton, and we got Trey Wood and Ryan Crane's car and Matt Dooley. We got just so many cars that depend on us every week to help them get ready or get them ready or information. It's just tough for us to venture out away from Senoia Speedway or away from here more than an hour or two from the house because we got so much to do and so much to get done every week. And that's number one for us right now is work on our business, and whether it be a schooling or mentoring or working on it or getting cars ready, that's the biggest thing is my business part right now and looking for something that can last 10 or 15 more years. And doing this, I can race within an hour or so of here and still spend a little time every week getting our stuff ready. And like this week, our car will be one of the worst looking cars we've flew with all year because we hadn't had time to work on it. So it's still got the old body from last year. So it's looking a little rough, but maybe everybody around me will be treating their cars like glass a little bit, and I can go ahead and get aggressive. So, but that's what we do is kind of run Senoia, Dixie, Rome. We was fortunate enough to get a caution at the right time and win the Boss again last year at Rome Boss. That's one of my favorite racetracks, is my favorite racetrack. Up until maybe Senoia is going to be it, since they got the new surface, which is excellent. The fans are going to love it. No dust, a lot of grip early and going to get slick late. The summertime is going to be a surprise for everybody in the South, I promise, because it's going to be like a northern track. So that's our plan, just to stay. We'll be at the Alabama State race, I'm sure, and the National 100. And we'll be at the Lucas Oil races at Dixie and Rome if they happen this year. We're set up for it last year. And all the summer national stuff, southern national stuff at Senoia and around the areas, you know, like Dixie and Rome also. So we'll venture around just kind of that deal, pretty much the same as we did last year, maybe a little more, but we're going to concentrate on the business and helping people get going because I've been doing it for 34 years. So it's we're fixing to turn another year in about March 20th, I guess. So we just keep doing what we're doing.
Sounds great. We really appreciate you coming on HammerDown 360, and we're looking forward to your next visit. And we're about to take a break here, and we're coming back with Magic Mac Dooley of Brooks, Georgia for the second part.
Thank you very much.
This is America. We're proud of our country, and we love our country music.
Now the race is on, and here comes
Stand by and ready.
Kiss an angel good morning.
This is Legends 1370. We play the classics, the country music classics, on WFDR Legends 1370.
Welcome back to HammerDown 360. We're back with Magic Matt Dooley. He's going to be our second guest on today's episode. We had the Catdaddy Clint Smith giving some insight earlier about this young man. But Matt, we know that you're going to be doing something a little bit different this year. You're stepping up a class, isn't that right, buddy?
That's right. We're stepping on up to Super Late Model. We're hoping for a good season. It's going to be a learning year, but I'm really thankful to have people like Clint and you know, a good team behind me. So maybe we'll surprise some people.
Definitely. For the last couple of years, you've been running crate and limited classes, getting your feet wet, trying to learn how to get a hold of those cars. What are some of the things that you're going to be expecting differently out of that super late model?
Probably the biggest thing is just the speed. You know, the cars, you know, it's the same car, just a lot more horsepower and a lot more wheel spin. So, you know, I think it's going to take me a little bit to get used to it, but you know, hopefully we can, with the help of Clint and, you know, a lot of people, we can have a good season.
Yes, sir. Now, last year you clicked off a couple of wins. One of them on a controversial level up there at Dixie last year at the Southeastern Classic. But what are some of those wins last year? Did they contribute a lot to going to victory lane at other places?
Yeah, we had a decent year. You know, it always could have been better. we started off the year pretty strong there in limited. We got the win at Dixie for their season opener, like you said. Just a pound or two light. It cost us the money, but all in all, it was a good season. That kind of was a blow to us. We had to get back up and keep going. But we had, I believe, 3 races we won at West Georgia. Was a good season over there. I enjoyed that racetrack, and we had a lot of them get away at Senoia. I had one that I felt like I was sure enough going to win. We ended up breaking a wheel on the last lap. It cost us a race. And my friend Joey won that race, which was, good to see your buddy win, but still wanted to win that race myself, So we had a good year overall. We ventured out. We got that 525 crate engine and ran that series, that tour. Had a lot of misfortune on it. It was a short season. It was like 6 or 7 races. We crashed out in the first 2 due to some first lap pileups, so it really hurt the point season. So we scaled back off of that and ventured out to run snow every week, which I really enjoyed with the super late models. The 525 engine wasn't quite enough horsepower to keep up with Cat and Little Joe, but I enjoyed racing with them. It was a good season. I learned the ranks of super. I got to race with a lot of good competitors. Our finishes weren't great, but a 4th or 5th, like Kat was saying earlier, that was a win to me because that was all I felt like I could do with my motor. So I'm excited about this coming season. We got rid of the crate engine and stepped up to the supers. Everybody back at the shop, Scott's machine. We built a pretty good piece of hope. So it's gonna be a good year. I feel like.
Definitely, from the sounds like it with Catdaddy and everyone else that's involved with it, y'all basically gonna be a giant caravan going down to Senoia Raceway many Saturday nights hanging out there. Are you gonna be doing a lot of communicating with the Ryan Cranes, Austin Horton, Mason Massey's, and the rest of them that are all part of this conglomerate group of drivers going together now?
I feel like you could call it a big team. You could treat them as teammates, per se. With Clint being the main guy helping all of us, but it's a good deal because we're all learning. We're all about the same age. We all get along pretty good. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be fun. We like to race at Senoia a lot this year. We like to venture out and run a couple Southern All-Star shows. Dixie, Rome. Love going to Rome. One of my favorite, probably my favorite racetrack also, as Clint said. But just get my feet wet. We're not really setting too high expectations. Just want to, finish races and learn and hopefully, sneak up and run top 5 or top 3 would be a win to me. So, that's what we're kind of shooting for this year.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. With that in mind, how often are we going to see Matt Dooley on the road? We definitely got familiar with you being at Senoia and West Georgia and a little bit around Dixie and Rome, but when we're going to see Matt Dooley at the Talladegas, the East Alabamas, and Smoky Mountain raceways of the world and stuff?
Probably some. With the allowance of our funds, we're a small team, so most all of my backing comes from my family, my dad, my mom. My uncle helps me out, so it a little bit. I like to hit the Talladega races. Would be a good race. Rome, Dixie, Senoia's gonna have a lot of big shows, so like to run all of them. So maybe a little bit. Try to stay local. Get our feet wet first, though.
Definitely, with that set in stone. I know Clint, he's been through the trial of fire with the big touring guys, with the Lucas, the Outlaws, the old Stacker 2, Havertown, you can go on and on. He's done faced them all. With some of the bigger races coming up at not only at Senoia, but at a few of the other homesteads around here, you think you're going to be able to handle the likes of Bloomquist and Clanton and a few of those other big names out there, buddy?
Well, be fun to race against them. We're not, like I said earlier, our goals are, feasible for what we feel like we can do. Just being able to race against them will be good, like to outrun them. I mean, we go to the racetrack wanting to win, you know, everybody does, but the biggest thing is just trying to make all those shows be big to me, and just racing with them, racing against them, be fun, be real fun.
Now definitely. Now you actually wasn't a dirt man starting out. You came up as more of an asphalt driver, coming up through Bandoleros and Legends and all that stuff. And when you ran the Bandoleros, what are some of the big things that stuck out to you while you were coming up?
Just learning how to drive, to race. You know, I was young. I was, I believe, 8 when I started, so I've been doing it for a long time. It feels like, you know, I'm only 19, but that was fun. You got to race at Atlanta Motor Speedway. So as a kid, that was really cool. You know, you weren't on a big track, but he's on a little track. So I got to race with a lot of guys that surpassed me for what Clint was talking about, the money. You know, like your Chase Elliott's, you know, just to name a few. But fun racing them guys. You can say, hey, you know, I race with him, even though you like to be where he's at. But you know, you understand what you can do with what your team has. So. I enjoyed that, but I really love the dirt. I mean, I hate to say it, that pavement versus dirt, I'll always be a dirt guy. Really enjoy the dirt. You know, we got started into dirt before late models. We was still running asphalt, and we transferred to dirt with a smaller version of like a modified, I guess you'd call it. And it really helped my pavement racing out a lot too. So I feel like dirt's just what I like to do. So you'll see me in late models probably for a long, long time.
Definitely. So you live under the expression, dirt's for racing, asphalt's for getting there.
Well, all forms of racing are great, you know, but yeah, you can say that. I'll always be a dirt guy.
What are some of your big expectations coming in for 2016 for you personally?
Just trying to learn would be the biggest thing. Learn, finish races, top 5s would be great, you know, top 10s, top 3s, just trying to learn these cars. You know, I'm back in a rocket car this year, which I'm really excited about with Clint's help. You know, all them guys over there have been great at CSR. Just learning, man. You know, it's going to take a lot. It's going to be a new deal, so I'm excited to get started.
Now, so far, what it seems like almost 11 years of racing for you, what are some of your past memories that really stick out to you? If it's from race winnings to, you know, when your dad, when he did a little bit of racing back in the time and working with them and stuff like that, what are some of those things that stick out to you, buddy?
I had a lot of success with the pavement stuff, and I enjoyed that. You know, I won one national race, which was pretty cool, but the biggest thing that sticks out to me is in late models, all my success in that, which is 2012, I believe I won. It wasn't the Lucas Oil race, but it was the limited race. You know, we won Dixie and Rome back to back, which was really cool. You know, a lot of good drivers was there, so that probably stands out the most. But just being able to win at different tracks is pretty neat. Going to different forms of competition, just being competitive.
Definitely. This is one was gonna be a little more interesting for you. Now you kind of landed your own Danica Patrick, or you got a racing girlfriend. How's it is to have you racing with your girlfriend there, buddy?
It's pretty neat. You know, she helps me a lot, and she understands racing as well as I do. So it's nice to have that, and you know, maybe one day we'll be racing with each other. But you know, I help her out with her car, and you know, she's racing pretty good. So it's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. It's unlike your usual, so I enjoy it.
That's what I know. I know a lot of times most of the drivers, their girlfriends or their spouses hold their helmet for them and stuff. And when your situation, it looks like both of you are going to be having the helmet sitting beside each other there. And when it comes time for racing, we ain't going to see you kind of put her in the wall there, are we?
Oh no, no, that we'll have to deal with that the rest of the week. But no, it'll be fun. It'll be fun.
Now, what are some of the stuff that you have learned working with your dad over at the machine shop?
Just, you know, a lot about working on engines is what I do every day. It's really fun. It's always something different, new, something new every day. So I enjoy that, learning from the guys at the shop like Lee and John. They've been a real help to me, and not only, you know, the machine shop, but racing too, because they're all racers too. So, yeah, learning how to work on the engines, being able to help with my racing engines. You know, by no means not building them myself, but being able to help is pretty cool. And understanding the things about them be the biggest thing. I really enjoy it.
So we're going in a couple of years. You're basically telling Daddy you're gonna be taking over the empire in a couple of years, huh?
I don't know about that, but I do really enjoy the machine shop business.
Definitely,
do.
definitely. Well, that's great, man. We are definitely looking forward to a great time out of here for 2016, and we're looking forward to having you back here on HammerDown 360. We're going to be shooting next week on location. Be looking out for next week's episode. Thank y'all for watching. See y'all again next week.